Hey and welcome back. Today we're delving into a fascinating intersection of astronomy and history. Specifically, the mysterious transient spots found by Beatrice Villarreal from the 1952 Mount Palomar Sky Survey photographs. Could these spots be signs of nuclear fallout rather than alien spacecraft? Let's explore that intriguing theory. Beatrice Villarreal has made a significant contribution to our understanding of transient astronomical phenomenon. But what if some of those findings were not what they seemed? To unravel this mystery, we need to take a step back into Kodak's operations. This iconic yellow paper that Kodak used came from a paper mill in Vincennes, Indiana. Their mill sat on the banks of the Wabash River, whose water table stretches from near the Great Lakes all the way down towards the Gulf. Any rain that falls in this zone eventually will find its way through streams and tributaries into the Wabash River. But here's where it gets almost interesting. During the 1950s, atomic tests in Nevada sent radioactivity into the atmosphere. Prevailing weather in the US blew this fallout eastwards. When it rained, these radioactive particles got washed into rivers. And here's a super strange twist I've researched. Ironically, the Vincennes paper factory was actually making their paper radioactive with radium. They even produced a glow-in-the-dark cardstock for playing cards, I guess for people to play in the dark. But I reached out to a paper scientist who told me radium was added to paper stock in a very small amount to increase its apparent brightness when printed. So to be clear, the tiny amount of radium added to make the yellow paper appear brighter does not expose the film it was containing. But it turns out there was radioactive fallout particles being washed down the Wabash River, and the Vincennes paper factory was using that in their pulp. So my question, viewers, could the fallout in the pulp be incorporated into the Kodak yellow paper and expose the film once it was wrapped inside a radioactive envelope? So let's look at Kodak's history. Well, it turned out that they started getting complaints from hospitals about their X-ray films, wrapped up in the yellow paper, were suddenly showing bizarre exposed spots. Kodak seriously investigated this spotty problem and discovered that their yellow paper was exposing the film because it contained radioactive elements. Kodak contacted the US government and asked them what was going on. And Kodak was told to keep very quiet about their accidental atomic detection system. Shockingly, to comply with government rules, Kodak supplied radioactive fallout wrapped film in their iconic yellow paper until 1957. So, is it just possible that Mount Palomar was using Kodak contaminated film in 1952? And if so, are these transient spots a secret sign of atomic testing rather than extraterrestrial craft? I really want to say this. Beatrice Villarreal does brilliant work. Her inquiries into these strange transients and her Vanishing Stars Vasco project is absolutely the best science. As Avi Loeb said this week, another member of the science community who is being really questioned by established scientists, he said, it's good to ask the childlike, innocent questions rather than dismissing the highly strange as impossible. I completely agree, and I'm sure most of you viewers go along with that concept. But I've come up with a cunning plan, or maybe just a question. I wonder if the spots are caused by radioactive contamination. Are the nature, the size, the density of the spots different from the photographic exposure of a distant star from a photon source? Maybe the radioactive spots are blurry, or maybe they're sharper. Maybe there's a way of telling the difference between something from space and something from Nevada. Hey viewers, keep asking good questions, keep your eyes on the sky, and keep sending me these intriguing ideas. Because of you, the truth is out there.